Hello, friends, and happy Tuesday. Welcome to episode 12 of KFD&D, our fun little D&D game that we play here on Kentucky Fried Dice. That's why it's KFD&D, because it was clever. Still don't know what it stands for, but that's okay. Anyway, we are going to pick up pretty soon, but first, want to give a couple of shout-outs. First, to our very own Tam, who is defending her thesis for her PhD on Thursday. And we are so proud of you, and we know you're going to do awesome, and want to wish you good luck, because
Have fun.
it's already going to be a natural 20, and we all know it.
No, it's bad.
So,
Gonna do great.
we're just super proud of you, and it's awesome.
That's true.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The doctorate in making friends.
The best. Also, want to give a huge shout out to Jilly Pie for handling the stream yesterday when I just wasn't able. It means a lot. It's one of the best things about marriage, and especially marriage to someone as amazing as her, that whenever we have an issue, she always picks up the slack and takes care of things. And it's just one of the things I love about a relationship and how great she is. But yeah, so thanks, honey. Yeah, so we're gonna have a lot to cover in the game today. Don't want to delay it too much, and of course, thanks me handlebars for the hydrate. And I feel like we're already running a little behind because we started late. But James, aka me handlebars, aka Tim, you want to go and give the recap of what happened last week?
Yes. All right. Last time, the party entered into the sinkhole, and four dog-like dretches from the Nine Hells and a familiar Baphomet, which is a goat-headed demon, stood standing next to an arcane circle with flowing text and a ring of fire and four cages, where one was occupied by a small humanoid. The Baphomet had previously beckoned me to join his legion of demons and once again attempted to convince me, and once again I refused, leading to yet another difficult battle. We were waylaid by the four dredges as the Baphomet summoned a quill demon that we are not really sure what to call it yet. And the Baphomet just kind of hopped off a little central island into a deep crevice. We assume he's not dead, even though it looks like it's a deadly drop. Ken and I broke from ranks, tried to swing around to the crevice to the center island, but the quill creature jumped across, blinded all those around it with some dark magic, probably a globe of darkness. And then as they defeated the dredges and made their way to the central island, and then I attempted to close the portal, but the quill demon took offense and hopped back over. Karn flanked the quill demon as he and I exchanged vicious blows. The creature soon realized it was outflanked and retreated after the Baphomet by leaping into the crevice. We freed what we now recognize as a halfling who introduced himself as Raymond Goldenbelly, a chef working for Howard Duckian, aka Ken Duckian's brother, and that Howard was injured but never captured. We made our way back to the caravan, who was still patiently waiting for us. And after a couple days towards the Red Tower, we actually come across a giant red steeple it was surprisingly the same as Chime's vision. And at the foot of this giant red tower was a duck in tattered cloak, sitting, rocking back and forth. It was Howard Duckian. We have found him, and he does not look well. That is where we left off.
All right. So your caravan obviously comes to a stop in front of this red tower, and there's the single duck sitting outside, just kind of in the grass in front of it, looking anxiously at your caravan of three fully loaded wagons. Who comes out first?
Of course Ken does. He runs out.
As soon as you kind of step off the caravan, Howard's eyes just get huge, and he leaps up and runs towards you. Ken, is it really you? And just wraps
you bastard!
in a massive hug. What are you doing here? You, what? Why? What? He said you'd be here, but I didn't believe it. Oh,
I was looking for your feathered ass, you bastard. Why did you disappear on us, man? I miss you so damn much.
you wouldn't understand. I I wanted to make a new life. I wanted to leave a legacy. Just to something that we just couldn't do back then. But I'm so glad to see you. It's oh Ken. Just squeeze you even tighter. He probably comes up to about your belly. He's by no means a tall duck, but he's all white. His clothes are tattered. His shoulders are bloodstained from being hit in the shoulder by that mysterious kind of crossbow quill, whatever it was earlier. I didn't.
I'm so damn proud of you, man. I've been to one of your ends. They're absolutely amazing. I almost lost my beak to the damn prank you out of the door, but you've hired some amazing people. You've done an amazing thing. I can't believe you're alive. It's been so long. It's been so long. I've been looking for you this entire time. You owe me, bitch.
I kind of steps back for a second. I didn't ask you to come. I'm making a new life. I'm doing this for our family.
You've been gone for so long with not even any kind of communique. I had to come and make sure you were still alive.
No, I understand, but there's no way to communicate. I just figured I had a note planned to be delivered to Petunia, and she'd bring the kids and she'd bring you, but I wanted to be established first. It's too early, but the courier's gonna deliver it in, I don't know, a year or so, whenever I have the empire, the N Empire that stretches across the continent.
I get it, brother. I get it. I have good news for you.
Yeah.
Before I left, Luna laid an egg.
Oh.
You're gonna be a dad.
Oh. And he just wraps you even, steps towards you again, wraps you in a huge hug. Oh.
And I'm gonna be an uncle.
Oh. Well, we're gonna have a legacy for our family. A real legacy. That means
Damn
something.
straight. Absolutely.
Oh. This is great. There's a guy inside. He fed me, and when he told me you were coming, I couldn't help but just wait outside. I wanted to be the first to see you, but he said you're with some others, and that...
Yeah. Let me introduce you to my friends. They helped me find you. They helped me get to this point. Come right here. We'll clean you up. We'll patch you up. We'll get you healed.
Oh, okay.
Follow me.
I'm really okay. It's superficial at this point. It's fine. I'm just so excited to see you.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too.
Tam gets
Hey,
really
guys.
excited hearing the word friend.
I'm gonna walk up to him and just like poke at his shoulder.
Kind of. Okay.
The hell
Yeah.
are you doing?
Yeah, you're not fine yet. Ken, you want to heal him? Because
You got it. And so Ken casts lay on hands.
Okay.
Time wants to yell, quack, quack, motherfucker.
Oh, and as your hands land on the healing energy given to you by the divine gods of justice, the 13, you can physically kind of see the blood retreat back into the wound a little bit. It starts to seal itself up. The kind of slouching posture he had before, he straightens up, and it definitely looks like night and day, like almost like a whole new duck.
Birds of a feather, man. We'll stick together.
Oh, Ken, what would I do without you?
I have no idea. Maybe start an empire of lodges in a new continent or something.
Mm.
Hey,
Well,
should we meet this friend of yours?
Oh, yes. Let me meet the people who brought my brother to me.
Hi.
Oh,
Yeah. Right,
that's Pam.
motherfucker.
She's interesting, and she wants to be your friend.
oh, well,
I do. Hi.
I would be honored.
Oh my gosh, are you gonna be my friend? Because
Oh.
your brother's already my friend, and then all of these people are my friend, and then you can be my friend, and we can go together, and we'll all be together.
Yeah, a friend of Ken is a friend of mine.
Oh my gosh. this is
Howard
so-
Duckian, at your service. And he dips low into a very ornate bow with his hand extended and kind of flourishes on the way back up.
Such a gentleman. Let me show you to my main man, Karn, over here. Check this guy out.
Hello.
He's a man of the gods, just like myself.
Oh, never had a lot of room for the gods, but I feel like maybe Ken's holy enough for all the family.
Damn straight. And this here is Chaim. She doesn't talk much.
Back,
When she
back,
does,
motherfucker.
Oh,
but we love her.
that sounds just like
I'm
Ken.
all about this shit.
Wow.
I don't know where she picks it up. Yeah.
So you're a
Here's,
bastard.
And here's the brains of the operation, James.
I, please don't sell yourself short here, Ken.
I appreciate it. And I think we wouldn't be here if all of us weren't sticking as one, honestly. Hey, do we have any crackers?
Am breaks into the Friends theme song at this point.
Oh, no one told you life was gonna be this way.
All right. I'm fine. I've been fed. He has a whole feast prepared inside. I just wanted to see you first. I wanted to just. I miss my big brother.
I miss you too, man. I miss you too.
I'm sure he wants to talk to you, but yeah. Wait, is that my stuff?
Oh, by the way, we found a bunch of your crap on the road.
It's not crap. It's fine.
Oh,
linen.
and also this guy, and I point back at Golden
Ken's
Belly.
butt, I guess.
Oh.
No.
Raymond, I thought those creatures drug you off, and I'm so glad to see you alive. Raymond makes the best spring cake you've ever tasted.
He's good for something. Great.
Oh no, Raymond, you don't mean it.
What you're saying, everybody loves Raymond.
Well, at least it's cake. But yeah, he's a good guy.
All right, shall we go meet your friend?
Friend,
friend?
friend is a strong word for me. He just kind of took me in and told me you were coming. But yeah, you should meet him. He's looking forward to all of you.
What's he look like?
He's a human. He wears a lot of red. I don't know. He's about, puts his hand up, kind of about the same height as James. A very well trimmed goatee and kind of sideburns going on. Very well kept. Very well spoken. He's a really nice guy. I don't know. Wears a hat sometimes. Sometimes he doesn't.
Thanks,
Does he
got
look like
it.
a
I'm
mouse?
pretty
Look at
sure I know who you're talking about. Awesome.
Yeah.
What are we waiting for?
I don't know. Okay.
Oh,
All right. And as you approach the doors to this red tower, it strikes you that somehow this has been built, and it's taller than probably any building you've seen before, stretching into the sky 100 feet. Almost, there's just nothing around it. The area is relatively flat. It just pierces into the sky. And as you approach the doors, getting within just a couple of feet, these wooden double doors, large iron bands kind of securing them, they swing open just as you approach. And from inside this tower wafts out a smell of roasted meat and vegetables and bread and sweets.
oh my God! It smells amazing. I think we're headed in the right direction.
Oh.
And
You realize how little
Sorry.
we've had to eat over the last few days.
Did you say big red light?
no big red light.
Sorry, misunderstood. Thanks.
The top of the tower had a blue light
Blue. Okay.
kind of piercing into the sky a little ways.
I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna dig one of those stones out.
Mm-hmm.
Just see if it's reacting at all.
It kind of starts to have a faint glow.
Interesting.
But-
Okay, I'm gonna put it away.
Perfect. So as you kind of walk into the main room here, the inside of the tower appears even larger than it would from the outside, as if some type of extra-dimensional space is at play. The first floor is lit by braziers just surrounding the entire first floor. It appears to go up maybe like 2 stories, maybe 20 feet high, and there's a wood panel ceiling, intricately carved. In the middle of the room is just a feast table with just 10, 20, 30 chairs, just kind of grouped together, and from different angles it almost appears to be a different number. But the table itself is just set with all these sweets and meats and just side dishes and cheeses, breads, fruits, just anything you could possibly imagine wanting. Fish. It's just all there on this table. On the far end of the room, there is a blue circular portal kind of spinning and shimmering. And standing in front of it is a human, just below 6 feet tall, wearing red robes, a tall, round hat pointed at the top, and just the tip of it kind of bent over to the side. Just as described before, dark brown, maybe black, depending on the light, like very well manicured goatee, and then long sideburns almost going down to it, but not quite. And the last thing that really kind of stands out is just these bright, piercing blue eyes, as if anytime he's looking in your direction, it feels like he is staring right at you. And he's completely silent as you enter. And then nods and extends a hand out to the table and gestures.
I'm gonna look back at Karn and say 20 gold pieces says this guy's a doctor.
Let me introduce myself. I am Howard's brother, Kenneth Mandrake Duckian III. I'm a paladin of the Order of the 12 Judges. I've come looking for my brother, and I owe you my gratitude for taking care of him.
He nods.
I'd tell you my name is James, but I'm pretty sure you already know who all of us are.
Chime says her name, like the actual sound name, and then says smartass bird.
He nods. Yes, very, very observant there. I do know all of you. But please, it's been a long journey for all of you, and what I have to discuss with you is, of course, the utmost importance. Decisions that should not be made on an empty stomach. So please...
No argument.
Please.
Ken sits down, starts eating.
Have a seat.
I'm gonna sit next to Karn, and I'm gonna say, so we know this is Schmebilak, and we've got his diary, or book, or whatever. Should we try and play this up for anything? Should we just hand it over? What do you think?
I say we hand it over, but not immediately. I kind of want to get a feel for him first.
All right.
Cam gets really excited at the idea that he might be a doctor and he might be smart. And into them books. So she just goes and sits right next to him.
He's still standing at this point.
Oh, well, then she just goes and stands right next to him.
Kind of, I would really guess that you're probably hungry right now, so, do you want to eat first?
You could say that.
And Ken's eating.
Oh. Well, we need to discuss business before we discuss pleasure. So...
I'm pretty sure
Alrighty.
Chime. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure Tam is getting a good. She's drinking it in right now. Let's just say that.
Cam just says, like, whatever you want.
That is a most generous offer, and I appreciate it. And even with this like brief interaction, you can see like his neck getting a little red, his face starting to blush, as if as much as he has like maybe observed you, maybe not, like this surprises him and is a whole different world to him.
Can I buy you a drink? Not really buy it because you bought it, but in theory, can I buy you a drink?
If you would like a drink, yeah, there's maybe we
You're right
should
there, Schmebulok.
we should get to talking business before we imbibe of anything yeah, we should maybe get to business first.
Go right ahead.
How does that sound?
Hey,
So-
quick question before I dig in here. This isn't like one of those like if I eat something I owe you something situations, is it?
Oh, of course not. No, you are my guest. You partake of bread and salt at my table, and no harm shall of course come to you.
I'm okay with owing you something.
And even more just flustered.
Damn, what the hell?
I feel like
He's a
Pam is more
doctor.
thirsty than she is hungry.
I mean, you gotta absolutely just give out for him.
He's a doctor.
Make him chase for it. God.
No, he's a doctor. Why you
Of the
always
two of us,
cramping
which
my
of us is
style,
married?
man? Remember the last time we fought? It was because you were trying to cramp my style.
I'm down for you trying to get with this guy, but like you're being way too forward. I am married. I know exactly how to do this. You're being weird.
Oh, hey, Tailwagon. Thank you all so much for the raid. We appreciate that. Y'all are awesome. And if you're not already following Tailwagon Games, as I mentioned in Discord earlier, you should. They are awesome. Here is a shout out. We are currently doing our KFD&D, which is our Dungeons and Dragons bi-weekly stream. I'm the DM. I'm Donald. I'm usually here. And yeah, if you like it, please give us a follow. If you don't, that's okay too. Yeah, but we're going to kind of keep going. If you would like to catch up on the story, we do have a recap posted on our Discord. This is our 12th episode, so we are kind of in it right now. Our adventurers have just made it to a wizard who has kind of left breadcrumbs for them to find him at some point. And he is currently...
delicious.
Oh, but what's his name, Donald?
His name is Schmebulok. If you do follow us and like to use your points for our channel, you can name any NPC, village, really anything in the game. We're kind of just building this world as we play. It is a homebrew world. But anyway, currently Schmebulok is being propositioned heavily by Tam, who is
Tambourine.
our party's bard, and the wizard is maybe a little uncomfortable.
I
Anyway,
would say he was blushing.
he is definitely blushing. At this point, with your forwardness, he is a shade of red, maybe like a fire engine red, race car red, just a bright, almost like glowing red.
Fire engine red.
Fire engine red it is.
Okay. I turned
Because
to time.
His
and
face is on fire.
Yeah. Okay. Look. Okay. Let's. Before we get into anything, let's get to business. Okay. I feel like one of you definitely needs something from me, and he looks directly at Chime.
Chime, back off.
And then he kind of looks at Tam and just like,
Damn, I'm married.
but, yes. Okay, this went so much better in my head, but anyway, let's just get to business. I have a proposition for all of you, and as he says that, looks directly at Tam. But I have to make sure that you're the right people, and that what I do to help you is the right way of helping you. Does that make sense? Okay.
I'm busy eating.
Of course, you do know who I am, right?
I mean, I've already said it, and you didn't dispute it, so...
Right.
Sorry, you must be flustered from our bard here.
You know,
God damn God.
you would think that a famous adventuring wizard who has
Famous.
slayed countless dragons and been to the very precipice of the heavens as one has, would have his
You probably fell from
undying
that because you're an angel.
just army of adoration and such, but I really never did. So yes, I just preferred to study and learn, but
Learn.
yes. But let us first determine if you are qualified for what I need. Does that sound acceptable to you all?
That's perfect.
Okay.
I will say.
He goes over to a cabinet kind of next to this portal and gets out several parchment. Oh, thanks for gifting the sub to Tailwagon, honey. You're a good wife. He kind of looks over and does a quick, like, visibly counting you all, and then nods, and gets out parchment and quills, and then gets a larger, almost like stone tablet out as well. He hands you each at the table a parchment and quill. I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and I want you to write the answer down, because they're personal questions, and they might maybe hurt the feelings of some of your group members here. But it's important that I know this. It's important that I know the dynamics, even if your party doesn't know. Some of these questions might sound the exact same to you every time, but just trust me, the nuances, the differences, that is what is important. So,
whatever you say, buddy.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for your cooperation. So whenever you write down your answers, they'll be engraved in this tablet that only I can see. And the ink will slowly disappear from the parchment. So even your teammates, your friends, your companions, your family won't know it. If you want to discuss this out loud, by all means, I would never stop you. But it is important that you answer honestly and with the first thing that comes to mind. Don't overthink any of it. And then he looks directly at Chime and says, and once this is done, if you want to go home, I'll make it happen. Okay.
So, before he asks this question, I turn to him and go, before you ask a question, can I ask you a question?
Oh,
And later.
I'm afraid to see where this is going, but yeah, I guess.
Are you a snitch? Because you're the finest catch here.
I don't get it.
Does anyone know shape water? I think we need to throw some on the bard.
All
Snitch?
right.
Snitch?
Oh, pass
What?
out the test. I'm ready to
No
take it.
Harry Potter reference? He's a wizard. I thought it might work.
No, I get it. I just didn't want to acknowledge it. It was really good.
Sorry, I was playing in character.
Yeah.
I
All right. So for those of you watching at home, what's going to happen? The players are going to send me a private message on our D&D game so I can see the answer. I'm then going to mute myself so the players cannot hear me, and I'm going to let the audience know what the answers are, just so you guys aren't in the dark and have a better understanding of what's happening. So players, if you go back and watch the VOD, just make sure to kind of skip that part. Chat, please don't react in any way in chat so they might know what's happening. But again, if they want to discuss it, that's totally fine. Okay, back to being in character. Okay. He takes just a deep breath to kind of center himself. The color leaving his face. Please take this serious. There's a lot riding on your answers.
You got it, buddy.
Thank you. Sorry, I was typing in. Okay. So out of your group, your friends, your party here with you, who is your closest companion?
You're gonna make me pick one friend?
In fact, I am going to make you pick one friend.
No, this is like that dating game on Jackbox.
Monster
No.
I don't want to.
seeking monster.
They're
Yes.
all my friends.
Hey, I'm sorry if my answers are a little long-winded.
It is, of course, no problem. But again, short, concise is best. And first thing that comes to mind. So the second question, and again, these might sound like they're the same question, but they're not. And it's very important that you know that. Who in your group do you trust the most? Okay, so chat. Chime is closest to James. Karn is closest to Ken.
Donald, out of character, just real quick. Can you repeat that? Because my connection dropped for a split second.
Who do you trust the most?
Yes, thank you.
Ah.
James is closest to Chime.
He is.
Ken is closest to Karn. And Tam is closest to Chime as well.
Are you meant to be muted? Because you are.
No, he's.
I am. I was
Muting for
I
the
was
audience.
so you all didn't hear the answers that I just gave out.
Got it. My bad.
No problem. This is a very different thing that we normally do, so I just wanted to kind of explain it as we went.
Yeah, I'm trying not to. I'm even covering you up with my hand so I don't see any lips.
And sorry, this is
Big, beautiful lips.
that's a little weird, but thank you.
Where's the inkwell? And why are we using feathers?
They are
Cam, tell him that's racist. Against birds. It's
they are,
birdist.
of course, ethically sourced quills.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
It's the
source
ones
from
that
quill
fell
demons.
off the bird.
As long as the bird consented to giving up the feather.
Oh, of course, I would never do something. But thank you for your honesty. So the next question, and this may be a little more difficult to answer. Who in your group do you trust the least? Okay, so for the trust on our game, James trusts Karn the most. Tam trusts
Does Raymond
Jane the
count?
most. Chime trusts Ken the
It's our
most.
group. It's just the
Ken
us five.
trusts
No,
Karn the
Raven
most.
doesn't count.
And Karn trusts James the most. So, definitely, I'm liking how this is kind of
Gonna
going.
be talking bad about Meatball.
Chime doesn't care.
Okay, so I'm just kind of looking at these answers.
I know she's probably going to be an answer to one of these. To this one. Chime has made some very questionable choices in her life.
Feel like we're about to vote somebody off the island.
Oh no, of course you would never be. No, this is not what this is at all. I have to know the dynamics. It's a very complicated calculation.
I feel like this continent is big enough to not be considered an island.
I don't remember asking you, James.
Yes. Okay, thank you again for your answer. So now we're going to get into a little more. Again, this is, think of your current teammates and your current party members. So a single decision might decide the fate of you and all you care about. But for whatever reason, you cannot make that decision. Who should make that decision? So, this is probably no surprise to anyone who's been watching. The least trusted, Chime does not trust Tam. James does not trust Chime. Ken does not trust Chime. Tam does not trust Ken, and Ken also does not trust Chime. And if you've watched the previous episodes, I think that all makes a lot of sense. We have a couple more questions, and we're going to get back to this.
These questions are hard.
I apologize for the undoubted mental
No,
stress and
don't
anguish I am causing you.
It's not a problem. I just find it interesting. It's stuff I've never thought about before.
Of course. I
A horse?
yes.
This is much harder than the test they offer in the land of Scantron, where you put your answers in bubbles.
What a perilous land that is as well.
Yeah, I just mark C usually.
I'd like to see that magic where you put answers in bubbles. That just sounds so fascinating.
It really is fascinating, but you can only do it a certain way, the second way, number 2, if you will.
Okay, we are nearly through these questions, and your cooperation has been just fantastic. So 3 questions left, and these are a little more difficult.
You say that every time. Just get to them.
You're right. Is it better to live as a coward or die with virtue? Okay, so our decision makers, this surprised me a bit. James, Ken, they both thought that Tam should be the decision maker. Tam thought James. Ken also thought James, and Chime thought Ken or James. So really kind of fascinating there, especially compared to like what the least trust was. Okay. Oh, he just looks and just shakes his head.
I have a feeling you know what we're writing, even though we haven't passed these in yet.
Oh, I do. I thought I explained that. My apologies. It's showing up on my tablet, right as you're writing it, and I can tell who's doing it. Just that way, it saves time and is very convenient.
That tablet next to the apple.
Oh yes, of course, next to the apple. He reaches an apple, takes a single bite out of it, and sets it down next to the tablet.
Thank you. Play it along.
Oh, okay. This one will take a little more writing, but what are you not willing to sacrifice? And if you've watched previous episodes, this probably surprises no one. The entire party said it's better to die with virtue, except for Chime, who thought it'd be better to live as a coward. So, yeah, kind of what I expected there.
How many questions are left?
One last question.
So, Tam realizes it's the last question and makes sure to also add her phone number at the end of the next answer, with a comma and like yours question mark.
What is a phone?
Or whatever this land uses for communication.
Your carrier pigeon address.
Yes. My telegram code.
And the last question. And this is a discovering your true character, your true desires. I know for a fact you have encountered a door that cannot be unlocked on your journeys. Let's just pretend, let's just say you managed to unlock that door, and behind it are your wildest dreams. Tell me, what is behind that door? All right, so Tam, not surprisingly, is unwilling to give up her friends. Ken will not sacrifice his honor. Chime would not sacrifice her flock, so her family back home, or money. Karn also would not sacrifice anyone he considers his friends. And James would the sacrifice he would not make is giving in to his demonic heritage, which we've kind of touched on throughout so far. I'm not going to reveal these answers. These are for a different reason. And he's like looking and smiling, looks at Tam, and that faint blush just comes back to his face, and he just shakes his head. Is that your real answer?
Tam,
I think
what
I've
did you
explained
tell
that
him?
these answers that you are giving me, it judges. It's just a judgment to see if I can't explain yet. I can't explain yet.
Fine.
In ethics test, we are failing miserably.
Tam, I swear to gods.
Fine. Tam sends a better answer. Her first answer was you with the woozy face. And her phone number.
I'll be honest, I think the two of you would work great. I mean,
You just gotta stop being a creep, Tam. Like, just take him out for dinner or something. Don't be.
He fed us. What would I feed? What else would I feed him?
Take him to Howard's Inn.
Ooh.
yeah,
There you go. You're welcome.
Okay.
Well,
Howard, you'd hook these two up, wouldn't you? Give them their own room. Where the hell is Howard anyway?
He's inside. He just like nods. He's kind of just based on his face. He's glancing around a lot, kind of like smiling and laughing at when the others do, but also kind of begins to chuckle at inappropriate times. It's maybe that Howard is completely out of his element right now, but is like doing his absolute best to like play along and kind of be the good like social, almost social glue right now. Okay. Excellent. Now, Chime, are you ready to go home maybe?
Chime, all of a sudden you go silent on us.
For once, she doesn't have anything to say.
There's a first.
That's bird.
Don't wait.
I grin and like hit her with my elbow, like jokingly.
Look, I don't want to put pressure on you. We have a very limited amount of time to do this. So if you want to go home, we need to do it right now.
Tim, ask him what that period of time is.
It's about 5 minutes at most.
Wait.
Yeah, so look.
Can you hear her?
Yeah, I can hear her. She has a period of time.
Cool. Okay, cool.
Wait, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're in my tower. Of course I can hear you.
Oh my god! Can you all hear me?
I
Well,
can't.
No,
Tim, you've always been...
they can't. But I have a certain level of spells that happen as soon as you walk in to allow my guests, of course, a joyous amount of freedom. So even if we don't share a language, we can still communicate with one another.
Well, damn, why didn't you tell me earlier?
Oh, I didn't think
I'm
it
just
was
over here
important.
being a dumbass.
Oh, well, it has its charms, of course. Now, are you ready to go home?
I desperately want to go home, but I feel like I owe these people something.
I must tell you,
Is there
if
gonna
you
be any...
don't go home now, it could be a very long time before we have a chance again.
How long of a time are we talking about?
Kind of goes back over to this cabinet and starts looking through notes. 17 years.
17 years.
I mean, they're there could be other ways that I haven't thought of and haven't experimented on, but it was rare enough that I got to go home for that brief moment. Magic, especially that involving teleportation, just works a little differently here. I can go into more detail, of course, but it would take longer than the 5 minutes to explain it. So I need you to...
We can't hear Chime, right?
You all cannot hear this conversation. No.
So
if you are linked, you still can, Tam.
So wait, are you saying no? I mean, you didn't even want to come here. Why are you staying here? Go home to your family. We'll miss you, but go home to your family.
It's going to take me a couple minutes to prepare, so if there's a chance of you wanting to do it, I need you to tell me now.
Okay.
Don't leave us.
Okay.
She has a family.
Chime and James, I'll need your assistance on this, since you have arcane expertise, of course.
I wouldn't call it expertise, but I'll help where I can.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much. Please, the two of you, follow me. The rest of you, please enjoy the feast. You have about 30 seconds to say goodbye to Chime.
Peace.
Don't. What?
Okay, excellent.
Tam, tell him bye and thank you.
She says bye and thank you.
Or him.
To all of you. She appreciates you. And you almost became the family that she thought she lost. How is that?
Sweet.
That does it. That's
Okay.
great. That's good.
Chime. James, please. Excellent. He escorts you through the blue portal that had been there the entire time. To the rest of you, as they step through, the portal closes. You're in this room. The door going back outside, from all appearances, is the only way out. And of course, the other three of you will have no idea what's happening, so unfortunately you're just going to kind of chill for a little bit. So you go into...
Should I mute you guys?
No, they're fine. They can have maybe some audio reactions. Just they can be our chat as this happens.
Our audible chat.
Yes.
Peanut gallery. Yeah.
You go up to a room again. Braziers all around. In the middle, some type of large blue glowing glyph, kind of pulsing with light and energy. Next to it is almost like a table that's up on its side with manacles on it. James, if you'd be so kind, please stand at this table and put your arms up. I would greatly appreciate the help.
Okay.
Does my connection continue?
Your connection dissipates as she steps to the portal. Thank you for your cooperation. Everything will be okay. He closes manacles around you and closes them around your legs. Walks over to another cabinet and pulls out a long, ornate knife. The blade kind of curving back and forth. Jewels on the pommel, jewels in the handle. Engravings and runes in the blade. You see, as I mentioned, magic works a little differently here. Back in the other days, I dabbled in what may be considered blood magic. The planets and other celestial bodies have aligned just perfectly right now. The only way...
I've heard about that kind of blood magic. I chose a different route. I couldn't get attuned to it.
Oh, well, of course. It's going to be very important, James, that you stand perfectly still throughout this.
Seems like I should write a note or something explaining some stuff so that, maybe my friends don't try and kill you.
I think they'll understand. It's okay. But if you would feel more comfortable, of course. And he gets kind of a piece of parchment, undoes your hands, hands you like a wax kind of crayon, more or less, and yes, please. But
I do this willingly. James Hasbro, Esquire, Blood Hunter.
He's a lawyer
And
now.
then I put my pin. I take my pin off and I stick it on. With wax, I stick it to the tab to the thing.
Nice touch. He closes the manacles again and kind of looks at your leather armor. It has the wax marker up and just, may I? As if he's gonna write on your armor.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Thank you. And puts an X right over your heart. Hands the dagger to Chime. There's not much time left. The note, the goodbyes. You have to give up what you're most trusting, what you care about the most. And I need you to do it now. And the blue glyphs start to glow brighter. Within them, at the bottom, clouds begin to appear. Small sparks of lightning. What are you waiting for?
You're telling me I have to kill my friend.
You just stab him in the heart. His magical energy releases into the glyphs and sends you home. It's the only way. You have to do it right now. I don't know what you're delaying for. You want to see your family, right?
Yes,
Right.
but not
Do
this
it now.
badly.
Do it.
No.
You have a family at home. I do this willingly. I expected this. That's why I wrote the note.
Chime.
No.
You have about 30 seconds left. You have to do it now or it's not
Time
going to
drops
happen.
the dagger. She drops it.
And with that, his face turns into just a huge smile. He walks over to James,
Bitch.
undoes the clasps, picks up the dagger, stabs himself in the chest with it,
What the fuck? What's
releases
happening?
it, then pushes his hand, and the dagger was a fake. Oh, I can't tell you how relieved I am. How relieved I am that you didn't give in to temptation, Chime. You were the one I was most worried about.
Ugh.
And you passed the test. And he comes up and like has his arms kind of extended close to you and like looks at you and just, may I?
No.
Understand. It pats James in the back.
Psycho.
Let's go down to your friends. Let me tell you what's happening, and at that point, maybe it'll make sense. Maybe they'll understand. How does that sound?
I don't know. I don't know how I feel anymore.
Can you give us a minute?
Oh, of course. And he waves his hand. Another blue portal appears on the far side of the room. He walks towards it. Take your time. I'm gonna go back down to your friends. Just walk through whenever you're ready. And we'll talk about this.
Before you go,
Yes, of course.
can you like make a link for us for real quick?
Oh, yes. How about if I Chime? Do you
Yes.
you trust me? I know it's difficult right now. I would like to give you a gift, but it does take your consent to open and project your mind.
As long as it doesn't require hurting my friends. Sure.
Okay. I'll need to touch your head. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. He extends his hand out, kind of grasps the top of your skull, and squeezes it ever so slightly. A bolt of energy starts at his shoulder, just yellow glowing energy, down his arm, into his hand, into Chime's mind for just a second, and for that brief moment, her eyes glow a bright yellow, and then fades back to the deep black that she has. And now, Chime, you have a permanent ability to use telepathy.
Oh shit.
Again, I appreciate you, and I know that was probably not the best way to do it, but had you known, it would have ruined it. But please, discuss amongst yourself, and I will be with your friends. And whenever you're ready, please join us. We have much to discuss.
All right, so I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna put my hands on Chime's shoulders, and I'm gonna look her in the eyes, and I'm gonna say, "Oh my God, thank you for not killing me." But
Oh
I
my God.
totally would not have been upset if that was your only way home. Your fan, you didn't even want to be. You did not sign up to be here. I totally would not have. I would not have been upset.
Are you kidding me? He said there's like another 17 years. I'll just get some other schmuck to kill then. Oh my god! I can't believe he just wanted to. Oh, my brain.
I just want you to know I would not have held it against you, even though I would have been dead. But also,
You really
thank
should
for not
have.
killing me.
You really should have. That is a. Oh god, I can speak to you directly now. You have a very serious self-esteem issue, sir. A very serious self-esteem issue. Like, you talk about how you're like, do you, like, I get it, like, I get it. You have horns and you're like red. Okay, I think I'm the shit, and I'm a bird that can't talk, okay? You can do all this cool magic stuff, and like you have like one half of the brain of this group, the other half being Ken. Please think higher of yourself. My God, you very much should have held it against me if I was going to kill you, especially after all the time we've spent together.
I just give her a hug.
Oh.
Also, thank you for getting me out of that quicksand that one time.
Oh yeah, no problem. I didn't even think about that. That was just. Oh, there goes Chime.
I mean, like I was really excited. I didn't. Being blind's really awful.
I can't imagine.
I just got water everywhere. No, you can't.
No, I can't. Okay, you want to go back now?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. I don't know how we're gonna present this to the rest of the group. They're probably all gonna be really pissed at him. And honestly, I'm really pissed at him. But I can talk to everyone and not have a TAM filter now.
Damn it! Oh, I don't know yet. Sorry.
They will. Okay. Yes, probably. But also, thank you.
You're welcome.
So after a brief moment, the three of you kind of sitting around the table with Howard. I mean, maybe that was 2.5 minutes. The blue portal reopens, and out walks Schmebulok by himself. Look, just so you're all aware, I maybe did a morally questionable test on Chime to ensure that she was right for what I'm about to tell you. And based on your answers, you all know that that's the person that had to be tested. So we're going to discuss it, of course. Yeah. But she passed. So that's really great. I'm going to offer myself as a patron to your adventuring party. And we'll discuss that. James and Tam are having a brief discussion, and when they're all back, we'll get into it a little fuller. So yeah.
Hey, Karn, does patron mean he's come and join us?
I don't know.
No,
I remember.
I'm not going to join you.
So in the 2 minutes it takes for the others to come back, Tam takes it as an opportunity to use another pickup line. So she says, well, you must be a Horcrux because you complete me.
I think I have heard of a Horcrux as a sort of a phylactery that a lich would use. I don't really like the dark magics that implies.
What a Horcrux was in a limerick that I overheard one of the sailors sing.
Oh, those.
Oh wait, that's not it. Continue.
Okay, so James and Chime come to the portal after just a couple of minutes and an awkward pickup line. Later, he turns to Chime again. I apologize for putting you in that situation, but I had to know the information I'm about to give you. Very few know, and even fewer understand the implications that this might have on our entire continent, our entire world, maybe even beyond. I don't know, but I apologize, and please, tell your group, what you may.
Well, guys, I can talk now.
Whoa.
Except not actually talk. I'm just, projecting
But-
myself into your
Into
brain.
your minds, you do feel.
Into
Dude,
your...
what is in this fruit? I thought I just heard chime.
Ken, you're not tripping. It's me.
Oh, shit. I can
Control
hear
for that
you.
thing.
That's right. It's the smart ass bird.
My
Does
head's
any-
gonna fucking hurt for the next 2 weeks.
Does anybody
fuck
else
you, Ken. First
feel
off, fuck
like-
you.
in your brain, chime would have sounded differently?
Well, she always sounded like this to me.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Tam. I've had a Tam filter this whole time. She's always like, Tam wants to be up and or just ignores me.
Is there a
This
mute
is the
button?
Yeah, there's no
brain
escaping
thing ever
me.
happening.
There's no escaping me. There's so much ranting.
Look.
Be prepared. I haven't been able to talk to people like this for my entire life, and now I'm here.
Oh
Okay.
my god, where's the off button?
We have a lot to cover, so I understand, of course, if you do not trust me after that. But I had to know, for my own sake, that you were the group that could do this, that could be trusted. So,
Yeah, I guess I'm not that trustworthy. I guess.
Well.
You gave away part of my essence, whatever the hell that means.
oh,
It was your sperm, buddy.
Clearly, you haven't missed it because you don't know what it is.
we have to talk about
and also,
that
I saved
next.
your life. You're welcome.
He's a virgin. In case anybody was wondering.
I don't think we're allowed to use that word on this platform.
Sorry.
Run up!
I think I've made a terrible mistake.
I've poured myself some ale and I'm sitting in the corner with my feet up.
Okay,
Having lemonade.
so
Fucking go!
let's
Cup of tea.
let's start, shall we? I need you to complete a series of tasks for me. Quests, if you will. Of course, I'm willing to compensate you, and I'm willing to give you an item from my personal collection each, of my choosing, of course, to each of you for your service to me. Now, I am not going to be your god or your general, just a man who will need things done for the safety of the entire world. I know it sounds a bit much, but is this something you're willing to accept?
You
Are you
found
gonna be
Howard.
pulling any more pranks on us? On me specifically, or any of us?
I
You gonna try and pit
regret-
us against each other?
The intent was never to pit you against each other. The intent was to see if you would be tempted by the one thing that you truly want, and if you're willing to give up something you also love for it. And you did not. And for that, I am proud of you.
Yeah, thanks. Hey guys, he tried to get me to stab James.
I'm surprised you didn't.
Wow, fuck you, Ken.
At that, he just looks at you and, like, kind of shrugs. Like,
Don't me.
mm.
Mm.
I think we're missing the bigger picture in that Chime loves me.
Yes. It was very important to choose someone that she cared deeply about. Now, as you mentioned previously, Karn has lost his essence. And I know the answer already, but I need to hear it from Karn. Karn, is there anything special about you?
Tell him, Karn.
Shut up, bird.
No!
He already knows. Just tell him.
God!
This is great.
We know. You might as well just tell him.
I'm an ASMR.
Yeah.
Yes, a celestial heritage that you're unsure of. Is that correct?
That and pretty much everything else to do with my heritage.
Yes. The important part is the celestial heritage. I didn't know how he'd do it. He found a way. First of all,
It's not suspicious.
do my terms agreeable, or do you want more information? What do you need from me to accept this deal?
How much money?
Wait a minute.
Money.
Wait, no, wait. Are you trying to say Chime said that her bestie is James?
I am saying that is a discussion for another time. Based on the information I received from the party, the way it was calculated, and through this arcane algorithm that I have developed, the party would perhaps miss James the most, and Chime's feelings were maybe included heavily on that. And look, this is not important right now. There's a threat happening to this world that no one knows about, no one's acknowledging, and I need adventurers to stop it, and all you care about is being liked. Is that all that matters to you?
Okay, we'll talk about this another time.
You all are exhausting.
So,
You're the one that let me talk, bitch.
oh my god. Okay, so real quick, what is your end game? Like, why? Like, I don't know that I can sign up for a, like, just
Of course.
a task that you
Of
ask
course.
us to do, let alone a series of them, without knowing what it's leading to.
I'm sure you've heard of the adventuring party I was part of years ago. We followed Dragonbane. We followed him to the ends of the known world, seeking adventures and glory. We defeated evil dragons, left and right, challenged nations, destroyed evil, protected the innocent. Something changed. I don't know what changed in him. He got in his head that all dragons were a threat. So he convinced us to hunt them all down. Every last one. Godfried the Gold. He never hurt anyone, but the threat was there. The greed, the avarice, he told us. So we killed all of them. Every last dragon in the known world. But that wasn't enough. We'd heard rumors and legend of this continent, and figured there was nothing else left for us. So, we sent out an expedition. Came across the sea, off the edge of the world, just like you did. But we were first. And he decided it was time to seek out more dragons if they were here. And we found a few. They were no real threat. At this point, what's another dragon? But then we found something interesting. The gods. The gods used this as their playground. They would send their avatars here, not to interfere with mortal men, but just to take in the beauty. This material plane. And Dragonbane thought, if we can kill dragons, why can't we kill gods? First, we didn't know what we were doing. He maybe kept it to himself. But when we killed those avatars, their essence was sent back to the plane. But a tiny part of it, Dragonbane absorbed. I guess the power is addictive, growing stronger and stronger. So we looked for more avatars, hunt them down. Very few are left on this plane. In my research and in my arrogance, I discovered a portal to other planes. This land, this world. Thanks, Cheryl, for the hydrate. We're on the precipice, on the very edge of other planes. Of course, many hells. He looks directly at James as he says that. The plane of dreams looks directly at Tam as he says that. And, of course, the heavens, and looks directly at Karn as he mentions that one. We discovered a city high in the mountain peaks. Zidpoli, it is called in legends. The only way in is to have the soul of a celestial. Well, I think you can see where this is going. And James, as I'm sure you're aware, the only way to truly defeat a demon, to truly kill it, to take all of its power, as one might do, is to do so in its home plane, in one of the hells it comes from. The same's for any being that resides in the celestial planes, any god, anywhere they might live. And Dragonbane's coming from them. He's come to take their power. He won't stop. I can't fight him. He's like my brother. I left you clues. I left you breadcrumbs. I left you ways to get to me, to see if you would defend the innocent. Yes, the demon portal near Graystown, that was me. I made sure it was never enough to hurt the villagers. You have to trust me on that. And I know my methods have not been upfront, but would you have seeked me out on your own?
Well, if we knew how good looking you were, we might have.
Again, the redness returns to his face. I'm trying to be
piece
serious.
of bread at Tam's head.
I need you to stop him. And now, without a doubt, I know you. You have the right moral compass. You won't give in to temptation, none of you. You won't seek out extra power. Everything you want, I can help you with. I can. I'll find a way to send you home, Chime, once this is done. I promise. And it won't involve killing one of your friends.
Thanks.
I will sleepless nights to find a way to get you home. But I need your help.
All right. Ken stands up, pushes the wooden chair back with a loud thump. His belly slams against the table, kind of shaking all the food and glasses and silverware for a second. As he stands up, he walks towards Shmebilak and puts a hand on his shoulder. You found my brother. My great sword is yours.
And for that, he reaches into his robe, pulls out a small necklace. The end of it, the symbol of the 13, 12 great swords, kind of forming a circle about, 30 degrees apart, with a large great sword in the middle facing up. The 13 justices who see truth, see absolute justice, and always judge fairly, hands this necklace to you. And for you, my first gift. This necklace increases your healing power, increases the divine justice that you bring to everyone. And for that, Sir Ken, I am grateful for what you've done already.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Quick LOC.
Yes.
Do we want to talk mechanics? Like, what does that actually mean?
I'm glad you asked that, because if you take a look in your journal here in just a second, I will have a link. I'm having an issue with... This probably never happens, an issue with Roll20.
No, it's
James,
okay.
have you no
Never.
honor? The man, he's done so much for us to get us here. He found Howard.
This
Why
is
would
out
you
of-
question? Why would
this
you
is
judge a
out of
horse by the
character.
mouth?
I said out of character.
It's all good. I think you guys have that link right now of what that item actually is.
I think the D&D nerds would like to
Yeah.
know the stats on a magical item. I'm just saying.
They probably would. I don't know how to pronounce that word, though. Periapt?
No, that's not parapet.
Periapt?
Yep.
Periapt.
Periapt is a periapt of wound closure.
Oh, it's a parapet.
I just googled how to pronounce it, so that's where we're at today.
Ken, it's your item. You want to tell us what it does?
Yeah. While I'm wearing this pendant, I'll stabilize whenever I'm dying at the start of a turn. In addition, whenever I roll a hit die to regain hit points, I double the number of hit points it restores.
That's pretty nice.
This is the least I can do for you, good Sir Paladin.
I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna. I have one question, and that is, what would Dragonbane say his side of the story is? I just need to know, because not every story is black.
No, of course, and if you find him, I would encourage you to ask him. I would think he would say that all dragons are evil. That's how he convinced us. That even those that appear to be good, they hoard treasure. They hoard items. They hoard things that can be kept from commoners and to help.
So he went the genocide route for that.
Well,
Like
unfortunately,
literally the genocide route.
unfortunately, we all did. He convinced us.
Yeah, you did that too, didn't you?
I did. For the gods, I just think he's taking it too far. I think he feels the same thing. These gods have power. And look at the old world. Look at it. Crops, they can't feed people. There's just death, destruction. And yet
So
the gods
what
do nothing.
What I'm hearing is things are turning bad, and if we don't intervene, things will get worse.
Well, yes. But
Wait,
imagine
okay.
a man with that attitude, that absolutism, with the power of the gods.
Okay, sorry.
No,
One
of
last
course.
question. One last question. Is there a chance there's going to be some demons for me to kill? I'm sorry, banish.
Well, almost certainly. I don't think he wants to stop
Son
at the
of a bitch,
celestial
I'm in.
place. Oh. And with that, again, into a pocket of his robe, pulls out a small crossbow. This crossbow is vicious, much like your hatred for demons. But do not let it blind you, as it did Dragonbane. I would hate to have this same tale told about Demonbane. Though maybe not as much. I guess there isn't a good demon. But
And it's
still.
not like I'm eradicating. I'm just banishing them for 100 years.
Well, for now.
I also am not inheriting their powers.
Here's my thing. So the thing with the whole, like, the crops aren't growing well and people are starving, that's something I've directly been affected by. And you're telling me that this guy just wants to kill gods and that's what's going to solve this? Or we have to kill the guy that's going to kill the gods because otherwise, like,
No, of course.
how does this factor back into my family at home is being fed?
So, I don't think the gods are the only ones that can fix this problem. I mean, they're over farming. The land is going barren due to the attempt of too much production. Cities are growing too quickly. The gnomish inventors are letting gases into the world that we have no idea how it's affecting things, just with a reckless abandon. So, fixing the problem isn't the responsibility of the gods necessarily, would you say? But Dragonbane thinks that it is, and that if he kills them and takes their power, he thinks he'll fix these problems. But I don't see it. I think he's too far gone. I think the power might drive him mad, and
Okay.
I think he would cause more destruction.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
I get up and walk towards Nebulok, staring him right in the eyes. You mentioned earlier, you said he did it. He somehow finally did it.
I did.
Who is this
He
That
is Dragonbane.
Oh.
What he did, and he puts a hand on your shoulder just gently. He acquired the soul of a celestial. yours. He's going to use that to get into the celestial planes and start taking out gods.
Well, this is a fine situation that Chime managed to.
No, I'm not here. I'm not here.
In her defense, she had no way of knowing, and she didn't just save her life, she saved all of yours. You have to know that. It was an impossible situation, an impossible decision, and if she hasn't proven that she's trustworthy by her actions today, nothing will.
Karn, I've forgiven her. I think you can find it in your heart to forgive her too, man.
Maybe. So that leads me to my second question. Was I intentionally lured to this continent just so that he would have access to the soul of a celestial?
I mean, don't think you're that special, buddy.
He is. Aasimar are rare. Especially those not claimed by their parents. But
sorry.
Yes. In fact, you were.
I stand corrected.
I don't know how he found out who you were. Maybe bribed him at the monastery, but did you have maybe flickers of power before? Something that would have tipped him off to your power?
Before I came to the island, the only time my powers ever flared up was during a sparring session, and that's the reason I left the monastery, because they came out of nowhere and I wound up grievously hurting my sparring partner.
Is there anyone on this continent who might know of this?
We did encounter a monk that said he was of my order several weeks ago, but I had never seen him before. But just based on what you've told us here, it sounds like it could have been someone in the shadows who may have told him about it.
Just nods. I fear that Dragonbane is working with many unsavory characters and creatures now. You must assume that anything is a danger to you at this point, and is under his command. But I have faith in you. I have faith that you will not become lost. And if you do, he again pulls into a pocket of this robe, and out comes, by all appearances, your quarterstaff that went down, but now it comes back stronger. And he hands it to you.
Thank you.
And as you feel it, there's magical energy pulsing inside of it.
Is it still made of wood, or is it made of a Beskar now?
Your beat up stick.
It is still made of wood.
It has an inscription on the side of it now. It just says "Nerf or nothing."
Oh no.
That's a D&D joke too, for those of you at home listening.
Well, I was going, based on what you told us before I even asked my question, I was going to be part of your quest. But knowing that I was led here just in an attempt to take my soul, and the knowledge that it could possibly be used to wreak utter chaos on the plains, I can't allow that. I'm in.
That's my man right there.
Tam, Chime, thoughts?
Well,
You guys beat up stick back. I'm okay with that.
I was just gonna
And
ask
that's the
you,
only comment I have.
I was just gonna ask, like, when we're going to Howard's Inn.
Dude, you could do a lot worse.
Hey,
Yeah, priority.
That
was a compliment.
Yes.
didn't sound like one.
Tam,
From that sour duck, take it as a compliment.
look,
Yeah.
Tam, you're lovely, and all of my attention is currently on this issue.
Not ready to date right now, Tam. That's what he's trying to tell you. Okay, we have to help save the world first.
But I'm
Then
hearing
maybe you can get with him.
I mean, you can agree to save the world first, and then we can talk about it. My stress levels are way up right now.
He's gay.
I'll save the world for a date with you.
Oh, well, in that case,
Well, 3 dates. Let's not sell ourselves short.
Wait,
um,
no, Tam. 3 dates and a coffee.
3 dates with coffee.
There you go.
No. 2 brunches, 1 lunch.
Okay, you got the
coffee,
breakfast in there.
and I don't wake up that early. So 2 brunches,
Oh, honey.
1 lunch,
Oh, honey.
coffee, and like 3 dinners.
does the meal I provided now, does that count towards any of this?
No.
Okay,
Oh no. You
and in addition,
dating people.
I agree to your terms, and I have maybe heard about your flirtatiousness throughout the realm. And don't get me wrong, I am flattered, but this, and he pulls a stone out of another pocket, that is the face is shaped in his likeness, and hands it to you.
Oh my god.
Why
do you have this?
This is so you remember me.
Aww.
And as
Why do you just have that ready?
you take it in your hand, it's again pulsing with magical energy. It is a commonly referred to as a luck stone.
Aww. And wait, what are you trying to say? That I flirt with everyone? You're the only one for me?
Oh, well,
He's not wrong.
Today.
I mean, really
And-
less
and of course,
flirtation.
I-
There's like that one guy,
I-
but then the rest of them, she just must be friends.
Yeah.
you can spread your wings, of course. I would never want to discourage you from finding out who you are, but I'm not good with this kind of stuff. Anyway, it's making me very uncomfortable to talk about it, especially in front of your friends.
They accepted
I'm
me.
uncomfortable just being here.
No one asked me.
Should we step outside, guys? You want to step outside? Let's. We can leave these two for a second.
No.
Can't we?
No,
Howard.
we're not leaving them alone because that
No,
leads
that'd
to
be too
bad
hot.
things.
Do I need to build an inn right here? Is that what I'm hearing? We'll just build one and have a little,
I think so.
honeymoon
I think
suite.
so, buddy.
Okay, we
Yeah,
could.
let's
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I like your
And
brother.
at
I like your
Schmebbylock's
brother.
tower.
And,
No, it's killing me.
Schmebbylock, and Chime, of course. The gift from before was not my only gift for you. If you
Oh,
so choose to partake in this journey with your friends.
I mean, I guess we're gonna kill a god killer, so like, that sounds pretty awesome. That'd be something to really like get back with the guild at whenever I go home. So I'll be like, "Hey, Chime, why don't you go out and like get us some bread?" And I'll be like, "No, I killed this super important guy who's gonna kill all the gods. You're welcome."
Of course, and with that, to a pocket, pulls out a pair of boots somehow.
Wizard robes.
While it appears that your mind is in fact your greatest weapon, stealth is a close second.
Yeah,
These will
I'm
assist
sneaky.
in your stealth. But, again, your mind, such an amazing, complicated thing.
You can hold off on the compliments there, buddy.
Of course.
Damn, I'm married.
Of course.
And she's a bird. It wouldn't work.
And I mean, it could, Ken. Like, you should know this, but
I mean-
whatever.
Birds have cloacas.
Exactly.
We know this, James. Anyway, moving on.
Well, I'm just... I would have another feast, but the other one's still here. In celebration. Yes, we should drinks to commemorate this. Yes.
Sweet.
Okay, this doesn't count, by the way.
No,
Oh
of
my God.
course. Of
Okay.
course. It'll be a just the two of us date.
Okay.
Delightful breakfast, brunch, dinner, whatever
Coffee.
whatever you want.
Okay.
Coffee.
Hey, can we break for a few minutes and talk nerd D&D mechanics stuff for a few minutes?
Let's get to a stopping point of this.
Okay, got it.
And then we'll end our stream with talking about some of the mechanics and nerd stuff.
Sweet.
He kind of heads over towards the bar area that some of you've already discovered. Gets some fine brass mugs and begins to pour drinks from barrels and hands them out. To true friendship, to having a moral compass, and
Not
most-
killing your friends.
and most of all,
I'll drink to that.
to finding family wherever they may be,
Cheers.
And life partners, possibly.
and possible life partners. And I think I'm out of water. Yeah,
Same here.
as always.
I hydrated it to make it more special.
That's the best hydration ever. Oh, thanks, Nat. Appreciate the positive talk and compliments for the session tonight. The players have been amazing, as always. Kind of a couple tears beginning to trickle down Shmebby Luck's eyes. It's always hard to know that you're sending people to defeat someone that you care about. A friend that I've had for years, but
He did convince you to do genocide, and that's a pretty big no-no.
yes. He has a way of convincing people, and I don't know.
So you're saying we should be wary of that if we meet him?
Without a doubt. He will make you promises that he will not keep. Some he
It's
might.
okay. That's a part of our guild pledge is no genocide.
Oh, that's a good guild. That's a
what
guild.
I've been
That's a
holding
guild
to
we're
for a
staying in.
while.
Shmebby.
Not
I
about
call you
the
Shmebby.
You Shmebby, at this point, you all can call me anything you want.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I follow higher gods than your Dragonbane has ever met. And my moral compass suggests that I judge based on all the information available. The final decision of whether or not I follow through depends on all the information that's presented before me. I'll investigate. I'll put him on trial in my own manner. But the final decision will come down to what the jury of the 12 gods select, which might be my greatsword, for all I know.
Literally, all we have to do is tell them that he did genocide and
If-
convince others to do
and-
genocide. Come on, Ken.
But you must verify.
You don't have to kill him. I just need him stopped. I just don't know if there's another way. I don't. His eyes, the look in his eyes. But yes, hear his side of the story. I have no issue with that. I hope you find in your heart that you believe me. And I know I haven't been the most trustworthy. I know I've done things that are questionable, but had you known this to start, would you have answered the same? Would you have done the same thing?
No, of course not. That's why we see all sides of the issue before we judge. So,
A wise man indeed.
wise duck, but yes.
Very clear that you only have good sides, though, Shmebula, if you know what I mean.
Kind of blushes and shrinks back.
You're soon tight.
Well, I think we need to discuss our next plan of action, shall we?
Oh, go on.
As I mentioned before, I believe Dragonbane is headed to the mythical city of Zidpoli, high in the mountains. I fear that it may be too dangerous for you now, but taking him on immediately. The reason I had the demons to summon you was to give you that experience, to so you can fight, so you can combat them, learn their tactics. I also, of course, fear that he will employ them at some point, much as he employed those hags that took so much from you, from nearly all of you.
Hate those hags.
So I believe I know where he's going. Is that where you want to head? I can perhaps direct you there, but again, it's a long, dangerous journey just to get there, and I don't know what you'll even find. And once you make it to the city, I don't think you can enter, none of you, because you don't have the soul of a Celestial.
Where there's a will, there's a way. We'll find a way in. Just point us in the right direction. Oh, and Howard, get yourself home, man, safely.
I'm heading up north. I'm heading to the mines.
All right.
I'm gonna build an inn.
I get it. I get it. Just be more careful
Howard?
next time.
Yeah, that's the second most populated area here. They found gold. They found mithril. Now, they found iron too, but they found mithril. They're gonna craft the most amazing things. They're gonna be craftsmen and settlers and miners, and that's gonna be the place to be. I can get there before anyone else. The finest inn. The finest complex of inns. That's what I'm gonna do.
Romantic
Howard.
dinner locations?
Oh, of course, the mountain backdrop, candles, the setting sun over the nearby forest. I can picture it now.
Sound
If
of
we can find
mining
enough.
in the background.
Oh, the clinks and clanks. Besides, if the dwarfs get there first, they'll want to have a massive undercity. Who wants that when you can have this mountain view?
You
Only
make a good point, buddy. You make a good point.
I can see it now.
I can see it
Way
now.
there.
No, I mean, Howard, Johnson, Ducky, and you've done it again, man. They're going to call them Hojos, and they're going to be up and down the coast.
everywhere, everywhere they can be, and every one a duckian.
Indeed. Good luck, brother. I'll see you on the other side.
Well, you'll know where to find me.
Indeed.
Or no.
I'll make sure to leave notes next time. I didn't know you were coming.
Yeah, I tend to do that.
Yeah. Oh, big brother.
All right, I'm ready to go.
All right. Redemption there of the Handlebar Mines.
Hi, friend.
They've got a mustache over the cave.
Everyone.
Yeah.
We got it.
Also, Ryan also
Oh, yes.
did
The
a character name.
Leroy of...
Jinkinsia.
Oh, my Jesus.
No meme is obscure.
None.
All right. Well, we will incorporate those into the story. And again, chat, if you want to help us build this world, we encourage you to do some names. We've had some silly ones. We had the Spooky Spaghetti from first episode. Rest in peace, Spooky Spaghetti, starting in episode 2.
I don't know. That was. I think there were like 3 episodes in when we got into the shipwreck.
Might have
We
been
had at least
Ella.
2 episodes where we were like doing on ship things.
wrestling.
Yeah.
But it died by its namesake, which was awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It died as it was born. Yes,
By a
that's-
kraken.
All
Hey,
right. But where? I don't know. Do you all have any leads? Any ideas of where you might go?
Schmibulek? You got any idea on where we gotta go first?
Yeah, you don't happen to have one of these nifty blue portals to this city in the mountains, do you?
No, of course. So, as I mentioned to James and Chime earlier, some magic works a little differently here. I don't fully understand what's happening. It's part of my research. Especially magic with transportation doesn't seem to want to function here. I don't know if there's ley lines or maybe a nexus of power somewhere, but it doesn't work. It took me months of research to get myself back in countless failures. I ended up in the ocean more times than I can count, just trying to get home, to put a call out for adventurers.
You said this is almost a nexus of the different planes. Could it be that there's just interference coming from the fact that there are so many in close proximity to each other?
Points at you. That runs over to his desk and just starts like scribbling furiously at some notes. That might be it.
I look over at Chime. What kind of wizard doesn't think of that when he told us that was what's going on here?
I mean, honestly, I'm too dumb for this shit, James.
Did I figure this out?
Sam heard the word research and is like,
And of
So
course,
I'm gonna look at Ken. I'm gonna point to Ken. Do you have any objection with us just handing his thing over, like not out of earshot of Nebula?
Mhm.
Can we just give him his thing back? Because he just gave us some really nice toys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
That's,
book.
that's reasonable.
All right, I pull it out of my sack and I was like, "Hey, I think you lost this."
Oh, I
One of your
Lost.
breadcrumbs, I presume.
is a strong word, and he waves his hand in front of it. The locking mechanism undoes itself. The chains kind of binding the book undone. He opens it and just showing you blank page after blank page after blank page.
Wow, what a tease.
Breadcrumb, calling card. I didn't want to make it too obvious I needed you, but maybe that was a bit much.
As a duck, I recognize a breadcrumb when I see it.
No, you didn't.
Also,
As another bird, I also recognize breadcrumbs, but only the literal ones. That's smart, Ken.
Tam breaks out in song and starts to sing, I got you, babe. I got you, babe.
Luck, you
Well.
seem to be pretty good with the whole breadcrumbs thing, and I know. Can you point us in the direction of where we would need to go?
Clearly, we need to go north.
Well,
I mean, that's where Howard's going.
do I get to spend more time with my big brother? Oh man.
You're darn right you do, buddy.
Well.
But
Okay.
only if that's where we're supposed to go, Ken.
Do you have any better ideas?
I don't, but I'm asking Schmebulok.
All right, ask the wizard.
Well, heading north to the mountains, you could go to the mines as a starting point for where you're getting into the mountains, of course. He let's see, gets a parchment out, rips a section of it. Now, if you go to the mines, I believe we found a pass there that goes higher into the mountains, and yes, and begins to kind of scribble and starts mumbling to himself. Okay. It's crude, of course, but hands you the parchment. Mustache pass.
About the goatee trail.
I had 38,000 channel points.
Okay.
I can do this all day.
We are gonna do a
It can't be
community challenge very soon. I'll set it up maybe tonight. I think our community challenge is going to be Jillian is going to play Phasmophobia in VR. Jillian does not handle scary things well, so we will get that set up very soon.
Also, can I just say, not the goatee trail. It's got to be the happy trail.
Yes, so this is referred to as Mustache Pass. You will recognize it by the fir trees above it. It looks like just this beautiful mustache curls at the end. Now, this is right by Handlebar Mines. There's a joke there. I'm sure you're all going to make it. It's very funny, and I laughed a lot.
really want to make the joke, please.
Just...
All right, can there be a bunch of like horseback riders that call themselves the mustache riders?
I think we're trying to keep this a family-friendly channel.
All right, fine.
The soul patch of swamp. You all are killing me tonight. I can't wait for at some point you talking about this to your friends. about how your character died in the soul patch of swamps.
No.
I like the swole patch of swamps better.
So swole.
Full patch.
Okay, so
swole
the
patch.
plan will be that you all will head north, stay the night. There are more than enough accommodations. He waves his hand. A section of wall just kind of slides away, revealing stairs going up into the tower.
I call the top bunk.
Ken races up the stairs.
Where's your room?
Well,
Damn, too much.
he just gulps, getting his inner courage and strength. Reaches his hand out for you. Here, I'll show you.
And then like cliffhanger.
Yeah, that'll work. We can end there for our section. So we'll pick up with you all leaving the tower. What happens between Tam and Shmebulot can be in your imaginations. Just pretend like whatever you want it to be. So Tim wanted to talk some nerd talk about some D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So we leveled up before this session. Some of the things have come out. I'd love to talk like nerd mechanic stuff for a few minutes. Ken has already, well, Hamed, aka Ken, has already talked about his gift that he's gotten. But if there's anything interesting that you took while you leveled, I don't know. Because it's a D&D stream, I kind of want to talk about the mechanics, just not just so that my teammates know what I took, so it's fun, but also for the nerds out there who also love this stuff. So, you don't mind, I'll start.
And if people are interested in the behind the screen part of what's happening, I don't want to talk about it on stream because I want to keep the magic alive. But on our Discord, especially with what happened in today's session, I'm going to have a lengthy kind of post about world building and discussing like how all this went down in terms of mechanics. So if you're interested in that, I'll have that post up probably tomorrow, and we can discuss that back and forth. And again, players, if you don't want that magic ruined, just mute that entire channel, and we're going to discuss that. Sorry, Tim, go ahead.
No worries. Okay, so for 4th level, instead of taking an ability score increase, I took a feat, which is a Crossbow Expert. And what that does is it allows me to, if I use an attack with a one-handed weapon, like the vicious hand crossbow that I just got, I can use my bonus action to attack with that. I'm sorry. If I attack and make an attack with a one-handed weapon like a crossbow, I can use a bonus action to attack with a hand crossbow that I'm already holding. So I can basically make 2 attacks in the same turn without it being a double attack. And for the record, when at level 5, I get a bonus attack. So I will be able to make 3 attacks instead of 2. So that's how I'm trying to play up my DPS character. That's what I'm really excited about. And by the way, the vicious hand crossbow is a small, crossbows can be one-handed, but basically it's just a small crossbow that is a lot lighter and more agile. But it's vicious because if I roll a 20 while rolling to hit, the target takes an extra 2d6 piercing damage from it. So I'm excited about all this stuff.
And if you're not into a lot of games, DPS is kind of a term for damage per second, which is used in a lot of games. So the focus of that character is just doing as much damage as possible, as quickly. Like, that's the main focus.
Yep. Thank you. All right. Anyone else want to share their level up / gifts?
So go ahead, Karn.
Okay, well, I took the Sentinel feat, which is kind of handy given the fact that I'm just kind of on the front lines all the time. Gives me a couple of benefits, one of which is if I get an attack of opportunity against any creatures, their speed gets cut to 0 for the rest of the turn. Also, even if a creature disengages from me, I get attack of opportunity on it.
Nice.
And the handiest thing, especially if you're Yeah, especially if we're kind of in close quarters combat. If a creature within 5 feet of me makes an attack against any of you guys and no one else has this feat, I can use my reaction to make just any melee weapon attack against that attacking creature.
Nice.
Nice. And your staff?
Well, the staff is just +1 quarter staff now.
Nice. Magic.
Yep.
It's +1 to your damage and to your attack, right?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's easier to whack and it whacks harder.
Indeed, it
Family
does.
friendly.
That's what she said.
I mean, technically, yes, but oh, even Jelly's got it.
Gotta have that's what she said jokes.
So
But that was my thing, so
so I also chose a feat instead of an ability score increase. You might be able to guess what it is. It was telepathy.
That was a great tie-in.
Yeah. Yeah, full disclosure, at the beginning, me and Donald did not talk about it at all before this session. And I think, I want to say like 10 minutes in, it was like, it would probably make sense if she maybe like just gave that to Chime.
Yeah, that worked out pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. I'm super excited. So excited.
You didn't like me talking for you?
Okay, Cheryl, I love you and I love Tam, but Chime does not like having a Tam filter. Because you're
It's not
always
always
flowery and
friend.
special and happy about things. And I'm over here like, I'm ready to not be talking like this.
They're all my friends.
Still in character.
Always. Yeah, I actually think did everyone take a feat at this level up? You just did level up?
I leveled up. I'm a tank now, so
Yeah.
I got +4 to strength, so
I don't know what you mean by take a feat.
So when you level up to 4 in 5th edition, you have a choice of leveling up 2 of your stats, or you can level up 1 stat twice, or you can take a feat, which sometimes gives you one. And I think you took a feat too.
Oh, I did. Yes.
Do you want to talk about your feat, or are you just good?
Yeah, no, I got healer, and so I can stabilize a dying creature, and they regain 1 hit point. And as an action, I can use my healer kit to restore 1d6 plus 4 hit points, plus additional hit points equal to the creature's maximum number of hit die.
Nice.
Yeah, so the
Nice.
party's definitely missing that healer that you typically have, like a cleric or a druid. So that's a nice addition, for sure.
Figure you'll probably try to kill us again, so we should.
I have not tried to kill you yet.
Oh,
Really?
Really? I thought you guys were so close to taking those hags down. You really were.
what they all say.
no, that was one of the best episodes of the entire series. Are we still rolling?
Yeah. So I think let's go ahead and raid someone in the stream. So of those of you that we usually talk afterwards too, which is always fun. Oh great, I just lost video.
Oh.
Debrief. It's okay. We have audio. And
Now
so thank
everyone
you
is
all.
blind as Chime and
Now we're all
Kendler.
blind.
Yeah. Well, we're used to this, guys. Thank you so much for watching tonight. I hope you had as much fun as we did.
Let's go over to Charity Board Gamer.
Yeah, this has been super fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Thank you, chat. We appreciate you all.
You can't see us anymore, but we're still here. So,
Yeah.
hi, thank
Yeah,
you.
we're in your
and,
dreams. When you
Hello.
close your eyes, you'll dream of us tonight, and you'll be part of our world in our special way.
Oh no.
the only thing you need to see of us is the awesome art that Burger Bun drew for us.
So
yes,
true.
and if you dream of a big duck, that's not a dream.
Oh.
Oh boy. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and go to the charity board gamer. Say hi to charity board gamer if you haven't followed. Okay, we're going. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and have a great night.
Bye all.
Bye.
Bye.